Hello, joyous seniors. Welcome back to Joyous Senior Living, where we embrace life with energy and positivity. You know, I met a woman last month who told me she was 78, and I almost didn't believe her. Not because of how she looked, though she looked wonderful. It was her energy, the way she talked about her pottery class, the way she lit up telling me about a new recipe she'd tried. And I thought to myself, that's it. That's what staying young actually looks like. Today, I want to share something a little different. We talk a lot about foods and exercises here on the channel, but there's another side to aging slowly that nobody talks about: your mind, the way you think every single day. And I found 5 mental habits that the most vibrant seniors I know all share. Here's what researchers have noticed. People who stay mentally sharp and physically active into their 70s and 80s, they think differently. And I don't mean they're just positive thinkers. It's more specific than that. The way you interpret a challenge, how you talk to yourself when something is hard, whether you see change as a threat or an invitation, these thought patterns either age you faster or slow aging down. And the exciting part? You can learn them at any age. These 5 habits come from real psychological research, and at the end, I'll show you the one principle that connects all of them, because knowing the habits without understanding how they fit together is like having ingredients but no recipe. Let's get into the first one. The first habit is this: people who stay young keep putting themselves in beginner situations. Here's what happens to so many of us after 60. We stop trying new things. We stick to what we know. Same routines, same conversations, same meals. And it's comfortable, I get it. But here's the thing. Your brain treats new learning like fertilizer treats a garden. When you learn something unfamiliar, a new app, a language, how to make sourdough, a card game you've never played, your brain creates new connections. Literally, it's called neuroplasticity, and it doesn't stop just because you turned 60. The seniors who seem younger than their years, they're the ones saying, maybe I won't be good at this, but I'll try. Not, I'm too old for that. And this doesn't have to be big. It can be tiny. A new walking route. A podcast on a subject you know nothing about. The size doesn't matter. The newness does. Now, this second habit changed my own life when I understood it. Most of us believe the formula goes like this. First, I feel motivated, then I take action. Makes sense, right? But real life doesn't work that way. If you wait until you feel like going for a walk, calling a friend, or trying that exercise class, you might wait weeks, or months, or forever. The psychology actually works in reverse. Action comes first, motivation follows. I can't tell you how many times I've not wanted to leave the house, forced myself anyway, and felt 10 times better afterward. Every single time. The hardest part is always the first 3 minutes. That push off the couch, that first step out the door. Young-minded seniors understand this. They don't wait for the mood to strike, they just go. They know their brain will catch up. This third one is probably the hardest, but it's also the most powerful. People who age well don't run from discomfort. They've learned to sit with it. Here's what I mean. When something feels unfamiliar, a new social situation, learning technology, traveling somewhere new, our instinct is to pull back, go where it's safe. But every time you retreat to safety, your brain learns that unfamiliar equals dangerous, and your world shrinks a little more. The alternative? When you gradually face manageable discomforts, and I mean gradually, one small step at a time, your brain learns you can handle them. Fear loses its grip, confidence grows. This is why some people are still trying new things and meeting new people in their 80s, while others started shrinking their lives in their 50s. It's not about age. It's about how you respond to that flutter of nervousness. This fourth habit is sneaky. It sounds reasonable, but it stops more people than almost anything else. Here's how it sounds. If I can't do it the way I used to, I might as well not do it at all. If I can't walk 3 miles, there's no point in walking 1. If I can't give 100%, why bother starting? Do you hear the trap? It turns a partial limitation into complete surrender. The seniors I know who are thriving in their later years, they think differently. They say, maybe I can't do it the same way, but I can still do it. Maybe I walk slower, but I can still walk. Maybe I modify the recipe, but I can still cook. That small shift from all or nothing to something is better than nothing creates enormous results over time. Because small actions done consistently over years change your life. Big, ambitious plans that you abandon after 3 weeks, they change nothing. This last habit might be the most profound. So many of us try to stay exactly who we were at 35. The same energy, the same identity, the same way of living. But life never stands still. Your body changes, your circumstances change, your priorities shift. And if you spend years fighting that, resisting every new stage, you exhaust yourself. The alternative is to treat your identity not like a photograph, frozen in time, but like a movie, a story that keeps moving forward. You are not the same person you were at 30 or 40 or 50, and that's not loss, that's growth. When you embrace this, you stop trying to recover an older version of yourself and start building the next one. You discover new interests, you take on new roles, grandparent, volunteer, mentor, student. You keep contributing, you keep meaning something. Now, let me pull this all together because there's one idea that runs through every single habit. The skill underneath all of this, the thing that lets some people keep learning, keep moving, keep growing, is the ability to question your own thoughts. In psychology, this is called cognitive restructuring. Fancy name, simple idea. Instead of automatically believing every thought that pops into your head, you learn to pause and ask, is that actually true? Think about it. The person who keeps learning is challenging the thought, I'm too old for this. The person who acts without motivation is challenging, I need to feel ready first. The person who tolerates discomfort is challenging, if this feels unfamiliar, something must be wrong. Every single habit begins the same way. You stop obeying old thoughts automatically. So many people say, after 60, that's just who I am. But often what they really mean is, I'm going to keep thinking the same way I always have. And that, right there, is where aging often starts. Not in the body, in the mind. Life changes, circumstances change, but your beliefs can stay frozen. It's like using a map from 1985 to navigate today. The streets have changed, but you keep trusting the old directions. The people who stay young, truly young, not just in appearance, they are the ones who keep updating that map. You know, I'm 68 years old and I think about these things a lot. Not because I'm trying to look younger than I am. I've earned every one of these years. But because I want to be fully alive for whatever time I have left. Curious, growing, connected. So here's my question for you. Which of these 5 habits have you let slip the most? And which one could be your first small step this week? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Thank you for joining me today on Joyous Senior Living. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more uplifting content. Stay active, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the next video.